What is up, everybody? Sam Dog, the infamous 253, coming at you guys on Monday night after that Monday night game that just happened. I know that game's been long over. Congratulations, Drew Brees, on breaking Peyton Manning's touchdown pass record. I'm joined by Dallas Stewart, and we're ready to just get to it to do the NFL Week 16 game picks. Dallas, say what's up.
What's going on, everybody? We're in the final 2 weeks of the NFL regular season.
Yep, victory Monday for the Seahawks.
Getting down to crunch time.
Yep. Goodbye, Josh Gordon, unfortunately. But I wasn't feeling confident that he could stay clean either way, though. But, let's see if John Ursua is finally given his rightful opportunities. Wouldn't you say, Dallas?
Yeah, he looked pretty good in camp and then preseason. It's time for a new guy to step up.
But who knows, in the offseason, you think the Seahawks could probably draft another big body receiver to put with Metcalf and
maybe, yeah,
and Lockett and them to replace Josh Gordon. Maybe
yeah.
are you just an extra big body guy? Because I know we let go of Gary Jennings and then obviously Jazz Ferguson in the preseason.
You liked Gary Jennings.
I liked Jazz Ferguson too, and now Jazz Ferguson's going to get a shot with the Dallas Renegades in the XFL when the XFL starts back up. All right, everybody. So let's get into it. There are 3 Saturday games first, as we all know of, because no more Thursday night football. So we get a break on Thursday night because we get 3 Saturday games. First off, we got the Houston Texans going to Tampa Bay to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Texans coming off of a win against the Tennessee Titans in the AFC South battle, which probably could decide the division, depending on what happens in their final 2 weeks. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming off of pistol whipping the Detroit Lions in Detroit, where even though Jameis had the 1 interception, but he was still dumping it. The guy, I think it was Perriman and Godwin that were just killing them all game. And this game's in Tampa Bay though, but man, I'm gonna go with the Houston Texans in this one because I like the way they got rolling. They had a good bounce back after that disappointment getting blown out by Denver at home. And the Texans had a good bounce back, and I like them to kind of keep it rolling to win the AFC South. So I'm going to take the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Texans as well to clinch the AFC South. I'm gonna pick them to keep it rolling here. Tampa Bay's played pretty well, and they might have a 500, or maybe they might get to 9-7, and Things might be looking up in Tampa.
And for the future, yeah, and this is a 10 a.m. Pacific time game, which means 1 p.m. Eastern time, obviously. So,
that's the first of the 3 Saturday games.
All right, Saturday game number 2, AFC East battle. Buffalo Bills going to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots. The Bills lost the last battle where Allen just had those 5 turnovers, and of course he got knocked out with a concussion. I forgot what he got knocked out with for a little while, but obviously they still held it together. I think he was just out a week with a concussion, if that was what happened last time. But Patriots barely escaped that game with a 16-10 win. The Patriots are coming off of just kicking the crap out of the Cincinnati Bengals last week. And this could have huge implications for seeding in the playoffs if the Bills were to win, and obviously they would be tied in the AFC East. But who gets the tiebreaker on that one? That'll be interesting to find out with the final 2 weeks. But we all know the Patriots are most likely gonna probably win the AFC East, and they'll probably win this game to secure the AFC East. So I'm gonna take the New England Patriots in that one. But I think that'll be a good game though. I think this will be a good game.
Yeah, probably gonna take the Patriots as well to clinch the AFC East this coming Saturday. Should be a close one. It'll be interesting to see if Buffalo can hold down New England's offense like they did the first time they played. Buffalo's defense has looked really strong this year. And
Buffalo just beat the Steelers on Sunday Night Football last night, 17-10, in a close battle with the Duck. But Duck missed James Washington wide open, and I don't know what he was throwing at, but it got picked off though in the red zone.
Yeah, but I like New England to clinch the division here.
Yeah, you and me both. All right. Up next, Saturday game number 3, the last one. Me and you are probably going to watch this game together, but we won't be going live. I mean, there'll be some thought, but we probably won't go live for this one.
We probably won't.
Los Angeles Rams and San Francisco 49ers, both coming off of big time losses. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you, Atlanta. By the way, the Rams got annihilated by the Cowboys. You wouldn't want to face Dallas. So I'm hoping when it comes down to that, we don't want to be the ones that has to go face Dallas, because Dallas just destroyed the Rams. And the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan with another famous choke against the team that he choked Super Bowl 51 away with. Yep. And Jazzy Jeff, shout out Jazzy Jeff, Real Talk, this Atlanta Falcons fan I knew. He said that he noticed something that Kyle Shanahan was taking all the credit for why the Falcons got to that Super Bowl with the offense when he freaking choked it away. So Jazzy Jeff, Real Talk, had his way with that one, trolling Kyle Shanahan on his video after the Falcons beat the 49ers. And I remember I watched that. If you saw the last video, I was at the Roadhouse, and basically I started filming on that part my reaction to what happened after that for the end of that game. I was at the Roadhouse after spending some time after I watched the Seahawks-Panthers game at my buddy Gus Laramore's house, and then we were just kicking at the Roadhouse watching the finale of that. Oh, man. Both teams Rams are desperate, but Dallas, I think, delivered what could be a semi-death blow. But, I mean, part of us wants to see the Rams beat the 49ers, just so it could still kind of help it out. But regardless, it'll still come down to Week 17. But I'm going to take the 49ers to probably deliver the death blow to the Rams season.
Yeah, I'm going to take the 49ers to bounce back after that head-scratching loss to Atlanta and deliver the death blow to the Rams Super Bowl hangover season. The season that wasn't for the Rams.
Yeah.
Not the season it was last year, that's for sure. Definitely on the list of disappointments. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. And Zeke Elliott was running wild on him, and even Tavon Austin scored that touchdown on that one play, so Tavon Austin got revenge.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind seeing the Rams pull off an upset and the Niners to come in. I don't know if we want to see I don't know if the Seahawks want to see the 49ers come in here on a 2-game winning streak or losing streak. I think they'd be rather agitated. Yeah.
But it would do us a favor if the Rams did beat them, though. But it'll be interesting. But you and me are going 49ers on this one to bounce back against the Rams. Up next, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers going to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Jets. The Jets got annihilated by Lamar Jackson, which Lamar Jackson broke the all-time season rushing record by a quarterback, which Lamar Jackson broke Michael Vick's record. Pittsburgh coming off of a loss last night, 17-10 loss to the Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football, with Duck Hodges still leading the way at quarterback, which obviously, like we mentioned, Hodges didn't see James Washington wide open, and he threw that interception. He threw 2 interceptions, had him on a potential drive to try and tie the game and possibly force overtime, but through 2 red zone interceptions basically costed Pittsburgh at the end. And the Jets, obviously, like we mentioned, blown out by Baltimore. Biggest disappointing season after all they've done. But, I mean, it's near the end of the season. But I'm gonna go Pittsburgh Steelers to keep their wild card hopes alive. So I'm gonna take the Steelers. Shout out Erica Steele, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Steelers as well, even though I think their offense is so pitiful. I mean, and I heard Tomlin might be turning back to Rudolph after last night's abysmal performance by Hodges, where he threw 4 interceptions.
Will he turn back to Rudolph? Because Pittsburgh
that's what I've been hearing. He might turn back to Rudolph.
Pittsburgh had the lead for a little bit that night, though.
They just don't have a quarterback once Roethlisberger got hurt. But I still think they have just enough on offense to get by the Jets. But you know what? This one wouldn't surprise me if the Jets could pull off the upset, just because the Steelers quarterback situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
That's the only reason why I think they have a chance. But I still like the Pittsburgh to do just enough to get by.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets pull off an upset.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. I mean, shout out Eric of Steel, shout out Gangrene David. on that one too. I mean, it'll be an interesting battle. So let's see what you guys have to go to talk about it when you guys do your videos. And then obviously I got my game preview with Brendan Nelson later in the week. So there's that. And obviously you still got me and Dallas doing game picks, but we're going to be hanging out watching that Rams 49ers game this Saturday. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right, up next we got the Saints who just obliterated the Colts on Monday Night Football tonight, taking on the Tennessee Titans in Nashville. Congratulations, Drew Brees, on surpassing Peyton Manning for career touchdown passes. It's going to be a battle, obviously. It might go back and forth with Tom Brady and Drew Brees throughout the remainder of the season, but Brees was the first to break Peyton Manning's record in New Orleans tonight. The Titans are coming off of a loss to the Texans. Titans are desperate for a wild card now with, losing to the Texans, but obviously they're still trying to hope that maybe somehow the Texans might lose a couple and possibly have hopes for the South, but I don't see it happening though. And us personally, maybe we might want to see the Titans beat the Titans. Maybe this could also be a potential trap game for all we know for the Saints too. Not saying it will be though, because the Saints are on a hot tear too. But I mean, this game's in Nashville. They're not in the Dome, and we'll just see what happens. But I'm taking the Saints.
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints as well. That offense at times it just looks unstoppable. It really does. It's all going to depend on their defense in the playoffs for them. Their defense is going to decide how far they can go. If they play like they did against San Francisco, they're not going to go very far. And
they lost Marcus Davenport for the year, and I forgot the other guy they lost for the year.
That's a big loss.
They lost two big pass rushers though.
They signed Janoris Jenkins today.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Because Eli Apple has been struggling, they said, in coverage this year.
And Terrell Suggs signed with the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's a big pickup for the Chiefs.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Carolina Panthers taking on the Indianapolis Colts, who just got annihilated by Drew Brees' night, where he set the record. And now the Panthers are coming off of a loss to us. Will Grier, they finally got tired of Kyle Allen, and now they're going to start Will Grier at quarterback. Finally, we get to see Will Grier play, and who knows how he's going to be. I mean, I don't think Will Grier, I didn't really watch Will Grier in the preseason, so I'm anxious to see how he does with starters. And Jacoby Brissett and the Colts just didn't get any life in that game against the Saints tonight. But, man, I mean, we know Colts got...
This is a tough one because both teams are just...
horrible.
The rails have the wheels have really fallen off for both these teams.
The Colts have T.Y. Hilton and some guys too, and then obviously the Panthers have Christian McCaffrey. I think this is going to be a Christian McCaffrey domination game here.
He had a really good game against us yesterday.
Yeah, let's see how McCaffrey does with freaking Will Grier at quarterback, and then of course you have Curtis Samuel, and I mean they were going up. There was no Greg Olsen in that game yesterday for us, thankfully. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Panthers. It's a tough choice, but I'm gonna go with the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Panthers, even though both teams are on pretty long losing streaks, and the Colts were officially mathematically eliminated from playoff contention tonight. But I'm gonna go with the Panthers to end their losing streak and continue the Colts' second half downfall. The Colts were a nice little story for a while, but as me and you called it, it was just a matter of time before they suffered the effects of...
Post-Andrew Luck.
Yeah, post-Andrew Luck.
Oh, man. All right. Are you ready for the next one?
What?
I think we got another one. I mean, obviously, this team's going to have the number one draft pick looking like, and then the other one, who knows what they're going to get. Oh, my God. We got Bengals and Dolphins in Miami.
Oh, God. What do we call this? The Sewage Bowl in Miami?
Or the confirmation of the number one pick, or the Bengals confirmation for the number one pick.
Yeah, because I believe, the Dolphins, Redskins, and the Giants all have two more wins than them. Yeah, I think if the Bengals lose this game, they're officially on the clock.
Yeah, but the Dolphins have 3 wins. The Bengals only have 1.
Yeah.
even if the Bengals win this, they would still have the number 1 pick. And the Dolphins just got annihilated by Eli Manning yesterday too. Eli Manning just.
Even though Eli still threw 3 picks, they still got. That was a game me and you got wrong.
Yeah, and
we thought the Dolphins were going to beat them.
Yeah, we did, but I'll tell you what, though, it was good to see Eli Manning and what would most likely be his final start in MetLife Stadium get a good send-off, I mean, after all he did for the Giants, the two Super Bowls, Super Bowl 42 and 46, where he beat Tom Brady twice, the most memorable one obviously being Super Bowl 42. I mean, no offense, Patriot Nation tattoo, I had to point it out, so no offense, But yeah, I mean, it was good that the fans gave him that long standing ovation, near the end of that game, and showing their love for Eli Manning and their appreciation. So I think it's a good send off. I think Eli ends up retiring after this year. But back to the Bengals Dolphins. Obviously, the Bengals got beat by the Patriots, and the Dolphins lost to the Giants. And this game's in Miami, and let's see how Miami goes back with this one. But I'm gonna take the Dolphins to officially deliver. I'm gonna take the Dolphins to officially put the Bengals on the clock for the draft. I'm taking the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins. I mean, they're bad, but they're not as bad as Cincinnati.
Dolphins win this, and we'll be.
Cincinnati's just absolutely putrid.
Yeah, if the Dolphins win this, will we say in the next game pick video when we get to the Bengals, say the Bengals are now on the clock?
I think we will be saying that.
I think we will too. All right. Up next, we got the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. We all know what happened last time. The only bad time where Lamar laid an egg against the Browns, where the Browns put that 40 burger on them. I think we were watching that on Red Zone.
I think we were.
Yeah, that was one of the Red Zone weeks. I mean, other than when the Ravens lost to the Chiefs earlier too. But now it's basically a rematch of that, and the Browns got blown out by the Arizona Cardinals. Surprise, surprise, man. It's like, I mean, obviously. I mean, we're not sleeping on Arizona for when it's our time to play for this week when we're playing. I mean, Kyler Murray played a good game against the Cleveland Browns, and Kenyon Drake went off for 4 touchdowns against Cleveland with the Arizona Cardinals. And yep, the Ravens obviously they were playing the Jets, so they were obviously going to blow them out and put RG3 in during garbage time. So that was obvious, but man, I'm going to take the Ravens to get revenge from earlier in the season. I'm taking Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm taking Baltimore to get revenge, and I believe a win would wrap up home field in the AFC for the Ravens.
It would.
So there's a lot on the line for Baltimore this week, and Cleveland's disappointing season. Well, thankfully it's almost over for them.
Yeah, thankfully it is. Started with us, and then the Patriots came in next, and then the whole Myles Garrett incident happened where Cleveland won, and then Pittsburgh kind of put the death blow on it.
Yep.
All right. Up next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Mercedes-Benz Stadium to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Thank you yesterday, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Atlanta.
Thank you, Atlanta, yesterday. Thank you. Shout out to my man Jazzy Jeff Real Talk, by the way. Like I said, thank you for yesterday. And the Jaguars are coming off of winning the last ever NFL game in the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. I know we wanted to see Oakland end it for them, but obviously it didn't happen. Minshew Magic came up in the clutch on that game-winning drive and hit Conley with under a minute to go for that late touchdown, which... Oh my gosh, Gardner Minshew threw the last ever touchdown in the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, a Washington State Cougar alum and former East Carolina alum too. Ain't that something?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's a shame that it couldn't end that way. But the Raiders players did the classy gesture to go over to those fans in the black hole, to thank them for all their support though for that too. I mean, it sucks that I feel for Oakland not getting the ending that they wanted, but it is what it is. But the Jaguars, that was a good fight back to go in and win that game in Oakland. The Falcons, thank you for going in the Levi Stadium and thank you for being the Traplanta Falcons and beating the San Francisco 49ers in their home stadium, putting us back in first place for now and Frisco back at the 5 seed for now. And wow, This could be a good game, too. I mean, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones went off in that game. I mean, Barner had the choke job, and what came back to bite the 49ers in the ass was Robbie Gould missing that PAT after that use check touchdown after cashing in on the Barner fumble on the kickoff. Oh, man. And then, obviously, Julio Jones barely just getting that ball across the plane to make it official in the final seconds, and then they get... I mean, the Falcons scored 2 touchdowns with 4 seconds in under 4 seconds because the 49ers tried the hook and lateral and they obviously messed that one up.
Yep.
But you know something, I'm gonna take the Falcons to get back-to-back wins and beat the Jacksonville Jaguars in Atlanta. And even though their season's done, but the Traplanta Falcons were the Traplanta Falcons yesterday. But I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm taking the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons as well to get 2 in a row.
Yeah. Sorry, Jackson.
Season, even though it's been a disappointing season, it's probably, as I've mentioned before in earlier videos, this is probably it for Dan Quinn. But you know what? They're showing some fight.
And maybe, who knows, maybe that fight might save Dan Quinn his job. But if there's maybe we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. Who knows what's going to happen with Doug Marrone in Jacksonville, and who knows what Minshew will do in this game at Atlanta.
Looks like it might be a house cleaning in Jacksonville, just according to reports I've heard.
Yeah. And all right, you ready for the next game?
Yep.
All right, another battle of 2 bad teams, man. We got the New York Giants going to Washington to take on the Redskins.
Dude, what do we call this? The battle to get out of the basement in the NFC East?
I would definitely call it that. The Giants obviously beat the Dolphins with Eli Manning, and I think now Daniel Jones is going to be back as the starter this week, and obviously Redskins with Dwayne Haskins. Hey, Daniel Jones versus Dwayne Haskins. Who knows? This might be something, but I'm going to take the Giants to sweep the Redskins.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Giants to sweep I'm going to call them, I just like saying the Deadskins. Even though both teams are absolutely horrible, I just think that the Redskins are worse.
Yeah.
God, whoever wins this game is going to affect their draft position.
They will.
Maybe you want to lose this game.
Yeah. And then.
Yeah, but I'm going with the Giants to get the sweep over Washington.
That's why I said the Giants too, bro. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Up next, we got the Detroit Lions going to the Mile High to take on the Broncos, who just got crapped on in a snow game against Kansas City, 23-3 the final in Kansas City. Mahomes was going off in the snow, and Tyreek Hill went off in that game, and Denver just didn't stand a chance after, they came off big disappointment after they blew out the Texans, and Detroit obviously got annihilated by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. It's no better with Detroit. Detroit, we already know, is in shambles. No Matthew Stafford or what else. They're gonna probably have a lot. They're gonna have a lot to fix in the draft coming up soon. But I'm taking the Broncos. I like the Broncos at home in this one. I want to see what Drew Lock does again. Obviously, I know I'll be in the stadium waiting for our game to come. But keep your eyes peeled on that one. But I'm gonna take the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Broncos as well. Detroit's just had a miserable season, so even though Denver is not very good, they're good enough to beat the Lions.
Yeah.
This could be it for Patricia. I've heard rumors that the Lions could look to move on from him.
Yeah.
After only 2 years?
2 seasons, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
At least he won't get fired after 1 year.
Yeah. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right, up next we got the Oakland Raiders going down to take on the Los Angeles Chargers in LA. The Raiders won the last battle against them in the Black Hole between Raiders and Chargers in the Black Hole last time, because Rivers threw all those interceptions and that too. And I mean, Raiders, I feel for the fans in Oakland, that they had to suffer that loss in their last home game, and now the Raiders are on the road for the final two games of the season before they pack up their stuff and go to Las Vegas and become the Las Vegas Raiders. So, man, I mean, games in Los Angeles, and the Chargers got annihilated by the Minnesota Vikings at home yesterday. Minnesota fighting for that to try to keep their playoff hopes alive, keep that wild card, or NFC North because we all know the Vikings play the Packers on Monday Night Football on the 23rd. But back to this game, I'm gonna take the Raiders to get the sweep of the Chargers. I'm taking the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with the Raiders as well, even though it was, a little promising there for a while, and they've just really fallen apart. But the Chargers have just been like one of the most disappointing teams in all of football this year.
I guarantee you, Dignity Health Sports Park is going to be packed with Raiders fans because we know LA has a lot of Raiders fans there, and
it probably will.
The LA Raider Nation is probably most likely again going to take over that stadium like it's done the past couple of years. Even though the Raiders have lost the last couple of battles in the StubHub Center, now Dignity Health Sports Park, but we all know LA's full of Raiders fans. I met one time who helped me get the tire pressure in my rental car filled up because I had a crappy rental car the first time I went to LA in 2016 for the Seahawks-Rams game, the first game back in Los Angeles, obviously a regular season, before I went back in 2017 for the win. But all right, but yeah, we know they're going to show in Los Angeles, and that probably will be most of the fan base that will probably be making the 5-hour drive out to Las Vegas for Raiders games too.
Yeah.
Although there will be some from Oakland that are still going to follow the team and be at that first game in Las Vegas, like the one super fan of the Raiders in Oakland, Violator, said he was going to be at that first game in Las Vegas, along with three other ones, including the one that dresses up like Darth Vader, who goes by Darth Raider. Should be interesting. Yeah, Darth Vader, Darth Raider, one of those fans.
Yeah, they got some diehards.
They got some unique fans. You got to give them that. You got to give them that. And my buddy Andrew Vieira, who I've known since elementary school, who went to Rogers with us, even though he was a year behind us, actually went to the last game in Oakland.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. My buddy Andrew Vieira went to the last game in Oakland yesterday.
Must have been a somber feeling at the end.
I'm going to ask him if he plans on going to the first game in Vegas, though, too. But, yeah, ready? All right, we've got to get on to our game now. Up next, we got the Arizona Cardinals coming to CenturyLink. I will be at this game to take on our Seattle Seahawks in CenturyLink Field. We all know what happened last time. You and me were live for that game. Clowney had the pick six, the house call, and then Will Dissly had the touchdown when he was still healthy, and then C.J. Prosise scored the final touchdown after a couple of Jason Myers field goals, if you remember, and Zane Gonzalez missed those 2 field goals. Remember, that was our only.
It was our only stress-free win.
Yeah, but now this time a lot's changed since then. Now the Cardinals have added Kenyon Drake to the mix at their running back, so we got to look out for him and David Johnson and Christian Kirk. And thankfully, no more Terrell Suggs. Suggs is now gone, and obviously we still got to look out for Chandler Jones, who's still by far one of the best pass rushers in the league. I still can't believe the Patriots actually traded him to Arizona. But yeah, I mean, obviously we still got to keep it alive for Week 17. We win this one, and we possibly get that Week 17 game flexed to prime time, which I think regardless, that Week 17 game between us and the 49ers is going to get flexed to prime time. But, man, I mean, obviously we got to do a hell of a lot better. What sucks is Quandre Diggs has a high ankle sprain, which is going to be hard for him to heal up from. It sucks about that. I don't want to rush him back because, I want him ready, for the playoffs, even if it takes a couple weeks, even though a high ankle sprain takes a while. I think we might. I don't even know if we'll have Quandre Diggs for the playoffs, but it was hard just losing him in that Carolina game, which, got a lot tougher for them to be able to throw on us. But in this game, we could see more Marquise Blair at safety without Quandre Diggs out there. Bobby Wagner should be good to go. And we'll probably be getting Jadeveon Clowney and Ziggy Ansah and Michael Kendricks back this week. We're going to need our defensive cast, and we're going to need them 100% ready by the time we take on San Francisco. But pray for Quandre Diggs. Obviously, goodbye Josh Gordon. Couldn't even stay clean, like I mentioned in the video I did earlier today when I heard the news. I mean, it's unfortunate. I still think, do you think we possibly, after this season, in the upcoming draft another big body receiver to replace Gordon and, pair up with Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and hopefully John Ursua gets get some play time this week against the Arizona Cardinals because he didn't get any play time against Carolina yesterday. I would like to see what John Ursua can do in the slot because he looked good in the preseason and that too. But I think it's time we get him some play. But yeah, I mean, I will be at the game. I will do my player interactions, and if I decide to film some of the game, I will film it. I don't know if I'll film some. But yeah, I think I'll do some filming of the game, pending what goes on. You know, like when the Seahawks are in the red zone, because I like to try to capture the touchdowns. I know I hardly ever do videos of us on defense, so sorry about that, guys. But I'm gonna take the Seahawks to get the sweep of the Arizona Cardinals at home. I mean, 12s are gonna be going nuts. I know I'm gonna be eating my Stewart's beef jerky and pepperoni sticks because this is the week because it's around Christmas time. So there's that, and. So yeah, Seahawks versus Cardinals, and Dallas. You and me, Christmas Eve morning, we'll do a Christmas Eve edition of our game picks for Week 17. But yeah, I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Seahawks as well, and I will be going to this game with a guy I used to work with at Cintas. He was able to get tickets about a month ago, and his son couldn't make it, or couldn't go because he has to work, so I will be getting to go to this game.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we won't be sitting together, obviously, like the one.
Together, but
yeah, but
it'll still be cool to go regardless.
Dallas will probably come down and see us, so I'll get him in a little video before, but also, yeah, but obviously I'm saying this, don't take Arizona lightly. We are not taking Arizona lightly. We're still not sleeping on the Cardinals because we watched what they did against Cleveland, but not sleeping on Arizona, right?
No. Yeah,
because we know what we got with our team right now. And losing Quandre Diggs was a big blow, and hopefully if he can heal up and try to get himself back into play, for the playoffs, we're gonna need him down the stretch.
We are.
Yeah. All right, so yep, there's that, and let's just hope that we can get it. And we got 3 more picks left. So up next, we got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly. Thank you yesterday, Dallas. We appreciate it. You got us in the playoffs.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you, Cowboys. Would you say that, Dallas?
Yeah, I don't like saying that. I rarely say this, but thank you, Cowboys.
Yeah. I know it's hard to say that too. I hate having to say it too, but no offense, Cowboys fans, but thank you for getting us into the playoffs. And the Eagles are coming off of a win against the Washington Redskins, final seconds where they were in a tight battle. All the Redskins were in front, and then Wentz hit that last second touchdown floater to I forgot who caught it though, but doesn't really matter. Philly beat the Redskins anyway, and Cowboys annihilated the Los Angeles Rams, delivering a part death blow to possibly ending the Rams season. But this time the game's in Philly. Cowboys annihilated the Eagles last time in Jerry World, and I'm gonna take the Cowboys to get the sweep. But who knows what? But if the Eagles somehow make it a game, and I would laugh if the Eagles won this game though too. But I'm taking the Cowboys to get the sweep and just probably annihilate the Eagles in Philly.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Cowboys as well to clinch the East. But it would be so funny if the Cowboys have a letdown game, and then they have to rely, and then they're doing a bunch of scoreboard watching in Week 17, and they're hoping that the Eagles lose to the Giants. It'd be so funny if they can't take care of their business. It'd be so typical Cowboys too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take the Cowboys to win the East.
All right. Up next, Sunday Night Football in the city where the meat stuffed the street, known as Chicago IL. We got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Chicago Bears on Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs coming off of a 23-3 win at home in Arrowhead in the snow against the Denver Broncos, and the Bears coming off of losing at Green Bay to the Packers in Lambeau Field, where my cousin Kyle actually went to that game. I mean, they were trying to do the last-second hook and lateral thing at the end. They got a little close, but, Tramon Williams recovered it. But I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs in this one. Obviously, the Chiefs are going to clinch the AFC West, and who knows what happens.
I think they already might have clinched the
Who knows? Seedings could be affected depending on what happens Saturday with Bills and Patriots, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm taking the Chiefs as well. I don't believe the Bears have anything left at this point. They were officially eliminated yesterday.
By the Packers.
Yep, by the Packers. The Packers completed the sweep.
Yep.
I
The
like
200,
Chiefs
and that was the 200 meeting between the Packers and Bears too.
Wow. Well, I know it's the oldest rivalry.
Yep, and we got the Chiefs knocking out the
Yeah,
Bears.
I like the Chiefs to keep it rolling.
Yeah. All right, and last but not least, Monday Night Football. We got the Green Bay Packers going to U.S. Bank Stadium to take on the Minnesota Vikings, who just annihilated the Los Angeles Chargers in the Dignity Health Sports Park. And the Packers obviously completed the sweep in the 200 meeting between the Packers and Bears, the longest rivalry ever. But this is another long-running rivalry as well, Packers and Vikings in U.S. Bank Stadium. Vikings trying to keep their playoff hopes alive with the Rams trying to stay on their tail. But if the Vikings do win out and that too, obviously, I mean, even if they win one more game, then there's no way the Rams would be able to catch the Vikings for the wild card pending what happens Saturday if the 49ers deliver the official death blow to the Rams. And the Packers, if they win this one, they basically win the NFC North. I think this will be a good Monday Night Football game.
Yeah, this is a really tough one to call.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers won the last matchup, though, because the Packers had that defense. And Kirk Cousins has really been coming on with his receivers, even though they had that letdown against us in Seattle. But they had a great bounce back, you know, obviously against the Lions, and then just annihilated the Los Angeles Chargers. This time, the only difference is Minnesota's home. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the Green Bay Packers to complete the sweep. But if the Vikings win this game, this affects the seeding big time. But I'm gonna take the Packers.
Well, I'm actually gonna, you know what? I'm gonna roll the dice, and I'm actually gonna say
Split? We're going with a split?
Yeah, I think we're gonna split. I think Minnesota's gonna get the split on the season series.
You know what? I could care less about what happens in the game too, but we haven't had a split in a while, and all I gotta say is let's do it.
Yeah, because I mean, Minnesota's at home this time, and their offense is really starting to get it in gear right now.
It'll be a fun one to watch, though, too. I mean, so far you lead in splits, but we'll do one more split for the season, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we haven't done one in a while.
We haven't done one in a while.
The division games are always the hardest ones to call.
But you know me, I don't sleep on Aaron Rodgers. That was what.
Neither do I, but
Can Captain Kirk come through on primetime, though? Because remember, Kirk Cousins' primetime record isn't that good.
Yeah.
That's another thing you got to look at it like, is Kirk Cousins' bad primetime record.
But I believe them being at home, they do just enough to get it done.
All right, and that wraps up.
Just taking a shot in the dark in this one.
Yeah, but that wraps up the picks. That wraps up the picks for Week 16. One final split possibly for the year.
Yeah.
But here's the picks. The Saturday games. Got the Texans over the Buccaneers. Got the Patriots over the Bills. The 49ers over the Rams. The Steelers over the Jets. The Saints over the Titans. The Panthers over the Colts. The Dolphins over the Bengals to put the Bengals officially on the clock. Ravens get revenge on the Browns. The Falcons get back-to-back wins. Thank you, Atlanta, by the way, yesterday. We got the Giants beating the Redskins. Got the Broncos taking it from the Lions. And we got the Raiders going into L.A. and taking care of winning against the Chargers. We got the Seahawks taking care of business at home against the Cardinals. Still not sleeping on them, but confident we can just get it done going into our Week 17 game. We got the Cowboys sweeping the Eagles. Thank you, Dallas, for what you did to the Rams yesterday. We got the Chiefs taking it in Chicago, and probably our last split of the year. The S over the Packers is me. The D over the Vikings is Dallas. That's how we basically do when we write it in on splits. But if we agree on our picks, obviously we put these circles around teams that we think we're going to win. And that basically wraps it up, Dallas. So that's basically our Week 16 picks, and we'll be back on Christmas Eve to do the Week 17 picks.
Yep, probably after the Monday night game?
We could. I mean, obviously I'll probably be watching a Christmas special. or maybe depending on what time I get back from the Seahawks Cardinals game. But yeah, but that's probably gonna be that. But
or Christmas weekend, maybe. Yeah, probably do it.
Maybe do it in the afternoon on Christmas Eve. Maybe that would be fun. Because remember last year we did a Christmas Eve edition of Game Picks.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know your picks in the comments down below. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, hit that thumbs up. We're only 8 away from hitting 700 subscribers, so I appreciate all you guys that come in rolling through, showing love on the channel, even if you're division rivals or, you know, fans of the division rivals or, you know, other such rivals around the league. Appreciate you guys coming in, showing love, putting your picks in there too, and, you know, let's keep the train rolling, y'all. Let's go. Sam Dog the Infamous 253, Dallas Stewart signing out. If you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. And as always, go Seahawks.